Welcome, everybody. This is Baby and the Boomer. This is episode 5. We are happy to have you guys here. My name's Scott. I am the baby.
And I'm Mike Neal, and I'm the Boomer.
That's awesome. All right. Well, again, episode 5. This is our first ever episode 5. We are really glad, again, that you guys are here. Last episode, it was episode 4. We had about 5,100 views on that episode. So that's awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing it. Keep sharing it. That's such a big help. And really wanted to shout out Lead Hounds Marketing for helping us with that. That's a really big help that we can get them to do a lot of our social media marketing for us. So they've made a huge push and have really helped us out a ton.
It's been a big impact. Big impact. Thanks, Lead Hounds.
Yes. So if you want to access our page and then listen to it on a podcast, you can do that. So you can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/babyandtheboomer. You can find us on YouTube. Our link is right on the Facebook page. Or you can just type in Baby and the Boomer on YouTube. And then for iTunes, type in Baby and the Boomer. And we'll get episode 4 and 5 up for you so you can listen to that this weekend.
Yeah, we'll have a podcast and YouTube generally up by tomorrow afternoon. And Facebook Live will be up tonight.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sweet. So we have some T-shirt winners for everybody that liked and shared episode 4. So our first winner is Brian Adams.
Brian Adams of Atlanta, Georgia, who liked and shared episode 4. And so one of the several people that did that. So, Brian, you're the T-shirt winner. One of the T-shirt winners for this week. And who else is our winner?
And then we have Braden Peters from Columbus, Ohio.
Home of the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Big Michigan fan he is.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding.
I admire that. When you're deep in enemy territory, when you're in the heart of the beast, dude, much props. You deserve a T-shirt and a Kevlar vest.
He was trying to be a police officer for quite a long time. Didn't work out. Best of luck to him. But he was trying to become on campus Ohio State police officer. And I was like, just arrest all the dudes. Just arrest all
the football players the week before the Michigan game.
Speaking of which, he could have arrested Ezekiel Elliott because he could break the law every weekend.
Yes, and he continues to not have a great great run. He's having a great run for the 60 minutes that they play on Sunday and these 16 games that they play. Other than that, he is not having a good, pristine life.
No, he's really can't get out of trouble. He just needs to just Netflix and chill on a Friday night, Saturday night. Just take it easy. I think he'll probably won't win the appeal at all. Right. I don't know if any games are really going to be taken off. I see more of him just being kind of made an example of a little bit more. And then once kind of the Ray Rice stuff went down, that domestic violence, they really, really hiked that up after all the hate that Goodell rightfully got from only suspending Ray Rice for 2 games for that. Right. So, Zeke is just not going to – I don't think he's going to get out of this one.
No. What we know is the NFL is a reactionary league, not a proactive league. And so what they do is they reacted poorly to the Ray Rice situation, terrible public outcry, justifiably so. And so what they do is they then go on the heavy-handed side with Ezekiel Elliott, which makes it terribly hard for them now to try to explain, because you're going to try to explain, okay, we're giving him 6 games. Now, here's what I believe. I believe they're doing it because of a cumulative effect, the exposing the woman's breast thing and then the beating up the
Timberlake. I like to call it.
And just all the other things he's done. I think what they've done is it's just had built up to a point where they say we're going to suspend him, but we can't explain why, because they don't want to. They go to release all this other information, like with the young lady.
They know more.
Right.
I think. Zeke he's had other things. He's had other run-ins. So this isn't the first time he's done this. And got him in fantasy, have him in a keeper league. Drafted him first round last year because he's a rookie, and I took him, and I'm probably going to keep him.
This is what I love about being a sports fan.
Yeah.
So we quickly went from domestic violence, beating a human being to, and now I'm stuck with him in fantasy football.
Now I'm stuck with him in fantasy football, and I'm going to find
this is where we're at societally, right? You know, he is an abuser of human, and I've got him in fantasy football.
Yeah,
let's conjoin those.
Yeah. I really wish I could drop him. I probably could, but I feel like after 6 weeks, I won't say I don't think I'll be over it. I'll still not like him just because he's an Ohio State guy and he wears his crop tops. But yeah, I think after 6 weeks, I'll be like, okay, I'm ready for him on my fantasy team again. He's done bad things. If he's beating up women or if he's assaulting women, that's very bad. He should not be doing that. Nobody ever should be doing that. And you are not a man if you're doing that.
Right.
Yeah. And then we can just go right back and like, well, I got stuck with him in fantasy football. So.
Well, it was kind of what the Cowboys have done with him. I mean, the Cowboys knew the character issues, and there's a lot of them out there. They seem to follow Urban Meyer around particularly.
Ooh, yeah.
But there was character issues. Some teams choose to ignore those. Cleveland is one of those. Oakland, Las Vegas is one of those. And Dallas has done that every once in a while. Cincinnati, terribly.
The whole team is just the half of a prison.
And I think this proves, though, that character matters.
Yeah.
I think this proves to you that character matters.
Yeah.
What have those teams done in the last 20 years or the last
Cincinnati
since 2000? Since 2000, what has happened?
Hasn't won a playoff game. The Cowboys have won one or two. And then what was the other team we're talking about? The Raiders?
The Raiders.
I mean, they got to the Super Bowl in 2000.
Right. But since then. I mean, so character does matter. And I think it's very, very important. And I also understand that Urban Meyer tells this story, and I think it's a very important story. He was giving a very candid interview that I happened to hear on a podcast. And he was explaining that multiple times he has gone into a player's home where the mother and another person were sitting on the front porch smoking weed. And then he goes in to recruit the player. And he said, how am I going to try to tell this player that smoking weed is, a suspendable offense and against the law when he's seen his mother do it? And so he said, you've got to understand who we're recruiting. We're not recruiting kids that go to Westminster High School in Atlanta and things like that. So I also understand from a coaching perspective, it's difficult to recruit high-level athletes and have them all be choir boys. They're not.
They're not.
But there are some that have better character than others and say, I'm going to turn it around. And I think you've got to make that assessment because this is going to be a big impact on the Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big impact on the Cowboys. Who's their backup running back?
McFadden.
There you go. Darren, I am hurt every day of my life, McFadden.
Yeah.
I'm the fastest player who never plays.
He was on cover of NCAA football when he left. And you really thought he was going to be a great thing coming out of Arkansas. And he's good when he's healthy, but he just gets there.
He blows a hamstring thinking hard.
Well,
he literally does.
Arkansas. So
okay,
yeah.
So,
sorry, Aaron.
Maybe just thinking.
Let's see. So we wanted to touch on Zeke, and we did that.
Well, I think it's important. We needed to because it's a big, big story, and the NFL has put themselves in a position to be questioned by the Players Association. I don't blame the Players Association for going to bat for Elliott because what they're saying is you're telling us that for the single event that you suspended Ray Rice for what? What was his suspension?
The kick
when he beat his wife, girlfriend.
He never played again.
But the NFL didn't suspend him forever for that.
I thought it was a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My bad.
Somebody fact check us on that.
Okay. So yeah, somebody fact check us on that. But in other words, you're suspending us for 6 games for this. NFL's suspending for other things, just not saying it. So they put the Players Association in a position where they have to go and appeal it and say that this is wrong. But
I have a friend that's on there that's an Ohio State fan. So Kyle, I see you on there. Hit us in the comments what you think of this Ezekiel Elliott saga going on. Will he win the appeal? Do you think he should have been suspended? We've talked about it a little bit. All right. Well,
I don't know how you take the position he shouldn't be suspended. I don't know how you do
I don't know how you do that. Okay. So let's go into our best and worst of the week. Best and worst of the week brought to you by Twine Graphics. Mike, tell us a little bit about Twine Graphics.
Twine Graphics, what you see around us, this great studio setups, Twine Graphics, our tabletop, our background, the T-shirts that we give away every week. They do a great job. I've now hired them to help me with my own business, Michael Neal and Associates, and so they've done a great job for me on a project that I'm working on. So I'm just getting deeper and deeper with them. Twine Graphics, you can find them on Facebook, Franklin, Tennessee, but they'll work with you wherever you're at, ship to you. Use these guys. John Bond and his crew are incredible.
Yeah, sweet. And before we get into best and worst of the week, best and worst of the week, it's hot in here.
It is hot. In the Baby the Boomer studio, the air conditioning is out. So we are playing hurt. When you get a fat man in a room for an hour with no air conditioning, and I've got lights blaring at me right now so you can see us, this is cruel and unusual punishment. Thin and healthy people can put up with this.
Yeah.
Fat people, and I don't have a towel. I'm playing injured people. When I make it through tonight, I'm telling you what, I've done something.
I'm just a sweaty kid, and I'm just gonna So by the end of this, we'll feel like we did something.
Yeah, and I may lose like half a pound.
I didn't work out. Yeah, lose half a pound.
Yeah,
we can do it. We'll lose.
That's awesome.
That's good. So AC's out, and what'd you say? 83 in here right now.
It's 83 right now. We've got it measured. And
I felt it on the upstairs. I felt it on the sixth step. I said that's at least 10 degrees difference.
Yeah, so it's hot as monkey butt up here. I'm telling you, man.
It's very
however hot that is, but if I'm just thinking about monkey butt, it's gonna be hot.
A warm temperature.
How is that not hot?
That's hot. Best worst of the week. What is your best?
My best is I spent about 2 weeks in Ireland and England. Some of you that were following on the Baby and the Boomer Facebook page saw some of the sporting events I saw. Of course, I'm sporting the Chelsea Blues kit for 2017, 2018. Went and saw Chelsea and Burnley. And it does look good, doesn't it?
It does.
It really pops on me and hides a lot of fat. The blue covers fat well. I just noticed that.
Dark colors are
you look great in the Ditka jersey. Navy is your color.
That's why I'm a dark navy. So I'm a Bears fan, I'm a Michigan Wolverines fan, and I'm a New York Yankees fan. Those teams wear the darkest blue that you could possibly wear.
Yeah.
I just do it for the apparel.
See, I've got orange Tennessee, and I've got the gold. I've got the gold, the yellow gold of the Nashville Predators. So this is the only one which is a fat hiding team color.
You could wear black for the Falcons.
Well, I could, but black is so black.
I like black.
It's just I've never liked any of those teams that went all black.
Ooh,
bring back the Falcons red helmets and those red jerseys.
The red helmets were nice. I'll give you that. The red helmets and the black jerseys. They do that throwback like every now and again. Those are fire.
I love Jerry Glanville. That was the worst thing Jerry Glanville did for the Falcons and put them in all black so that he could carry on his little Elvis.
Philip wants to know how Chelsea lost their first game.
Here's how they lost their first game. One, they are not the same team as they were last year. Of course, Costa now is sulking in Brazil somewhere, in the rainforest, wants to play for Atletico in Spain. So that's a big player out. It's just not the same team. They brought in a good attackman from Italy who Moretta, who did a good job when they put him into the game. But it's a different team. Chemistry's not there yet. They really weren't covering well on the defense. But losing to Burnley, holy monkey, that was incredible. But it was still an amazing event. I loved it, the entire event. I got to experience all the team chanting live.
Yeah.
The Burnley fans chanting at the Chelsea fans and back and forth. It was just a great event. I am going back. No matter what, Lord willing, I am going back. I'm going to another game. Awesome. It was a fantastic event. Chelsea will be okay. They're going to finish in the top 4. I think they'll finish 4th this year. And I think you're going to see the coach, fired. I think he will be fired before the end of the year. There's already friction there. He's wanting them to sign some older, experienced players. The owner is not wanting to do that. He's wanting to sign younger players that he can.
Philip did say Chelsea scored 2 goals.
2 goals with 9 players.
That's pretty impressive.
So they'll be back. We'll see what happens with Tottenham Sunday. And again, they're going to be playing with 9.
Yeah.
Because they got two red cards.
They sit out the whole next game or just the first half?
First half. Cahill and Fabregas, though. So it's not like you got 2 lousy players, right? It's 2 really good players you're going to be missing. So they just got to hang on.
Yeah. All right. Well, so your trip to
it was fun.
And
it was incredible. Ireland's a great place. If you ever get a chance to go, great people. Of course, went to the hurling semifinals. You saw me post video of that. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch the video on Baby the Boomer. That is a man's game. I don't think they have women's hurling. I don't think they do that. It is it's something.
Field hockey. That's pretty. Every now and again, I went to a school that was like top 10 in the country.
Yeah.
Field hockey.
Yep.
Just every now and again they'd come in. They'd have a welt on their head, like the side looks like a golf ball, just kind of hitting their.
I'm not saying girls are tough. I'm just saying I don't think there's girls hurling.
No,
I don't think there's a girl. Maybe there is. I don't know, but these are flat out men with a pain threshold and athletic skills. Watch some YouTube video of that, or go onto our Facebook page and watch it. It was incredible. 82,000 people.
That's pretty crazy.
In a country that is not very large.
Yeah.
At that semifinal, it was incredible. So I had a great time. But excited to be back doing Baby the Boomer.
There you go.
How about you? Best of the week?
Best of the week, probably like preseason football. Just having live football on my TV is just the greatest. And then doing some mock drafts. Did about 3 mock drafts.
Right.
Obviously, the one that I got picked to be selected first in, just to get used to it, was just an amazing team, and I would have won the league easily with that team.
Right.
But yeah, getting ready for
awesome.
that. Probably going to do. You're going to hate this, but I'm probably going to do 3 leagues this year. If I win the championship,
time to take a drink.
In one of them, I will be extremely happy. I'd be like, wow, like I can't believe I won a championship. If I don't win a championship in any of them, I'll be like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like I gave it a good shot. But there's no way I'm going to win all 3. There's no way I'm going to win 2. I think if I win 2, I'd be extremely surprised.
All right, we're going to have to give everybody the backstory from episode 1. So why is it that I'm so disgusted that you're playing in 3 leagues?
You think that I should just play in 1 league, and then if I lose that 1 league, I'm a loser. If I win, I'm a winner.
Oh, that's America. That's what we do. We're all in on one thing, then you are a freaking loser, or you're the champion, and you can spike the football people's face and pelvic thrust.
But America, what's more American than more of anything? We love having more of it. We just like quantity. And I want 3 fantasy football leagues. I want one that's a very, very serious league that does 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, individual defensive players, a keeper league.
Yep.
And then with my friends, and then a work one.
Okay. All I can say is now you've completely undercut my argument. You win. Because I'm about more of everything. More food. I'm drinking 6,000 ounces of hydration.
What is that?
This is, I'm not drinking Diet Coke, right? 4.5 weeks now.
Without any?
Well, I had 1 or 2, but I don't have a problem. Now, I've probably had 40 ounces of Diet Coke in 5 weeks. Now, this is the guy that had 40 ounces of Diet Coke before 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Right? So that's amazing. But this is my ID hydration drink that Troy Aikman promotes.
Oh, okay.
And have you ever seen Troy Aikman not look hydrated?
I've never seen Troy Aikman not opt out on a advertisement opportunity.
Well, but also, okay, that may be true, but I've also seen him never look unhydrated or dehydrated. You ever seen him dehydrated? I don't think you have. So we know it works. So I'm drinking this, and it's got no sugar. It's a little stevia in it, but
I drink a lot too if I had to work with Joe Buck.
Well, I would
I'm
too.
just kidding. I actually like Joe Buck.
I do too. He's a good announcer.
He's good.
Although they're both too good looking.
He needs to spice it up a little bit. Buck is too he's very, very good. Baseball is by far his best sport. Just needs to get for football. I need a little bit more excitement. I need a little bit more, Al Michaels intercepted, good stuff like that.
Well, okay, yeah, but okay, ball two. Ball two?
Not baseball. Baseball, he's fine. I think in football,
I see what
needs
you're
to
saying.
Spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Worst of the week, Bryce Harper injury. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't.
He just slipped right over the top of the base. His foot just glided across. He hydroplaned with his cleat over the base.
Heard about it.
And then knee just went dead straight. And I did that at the trampoline park. Remember when I talked about that? I did that at trampoline park.
That's amazing. You and Bryce Harper have
almost
the
same injury. I just hyperextended my knee, and it's not ACL, it's not LCL, it's not side-to-side movement. So it's a bone bruise and it's a knee sprain. So that's what he did. So he was going much faster than I was.
Right.
I mean, I was just bouncing on a trampoline, and I got a little carried away. He is a professional athlete flying down the first base line.
Right.
So the injury is going to be a little bit different, but he's in a little bit better shape than I am. Okay. He is a much, 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 much better athlete than I am. I was just using almost hyperbole by saying he's a little bit better.
I would say the only thing you and Bryce Harper have in common is that you injured yourself.
Great hair, too.
Your hair looks good tonight.
My hair looks good tonight.
Whoever did your haircut, you need to give them a little.
Carson's, right here in Franklin.
Did a good job on your hair.
It's just a mom and daughter. They cut men's hair. That's all they do.
Looks great.
Fantastic.
Looks great. But that's the only thing you have in common with Bryce Harper. So please, let's just move on. When you went to me and Bryce Harper had the same injury and you kept going.
But I think it's
I had to shut that down.
Where I think the injury might be the same is because he was going so fast, but he's an incredible athlete. I was just bouncing, and I'm not that great of an athlete. And I feel like an injury to me is going to be worse than the same injury to him, but he was going so much faster where it levels out. It's this even playing field where the injury we might be out of commission for the same amount of time.
Yeah, me and Bryce Harper are out right now, like 3 weeks before I get back to the trampoline park.
I'm never, ever going back to a trampoline. I grew up with a trampoline my entire life, and I never got seriously injured. Barely even twisted an ankle. Go as an adult, knee hyperextended.
I don't get on trampolines. I don't go up ladders. This is the only time you'll see me upright today. Otherwise, I'm just laying horizontally.
What's the Lou Holtz saying? Why would you stand when you can sit? Why would you sit when you can lay down?
Absolutely, exactly. If I could have somebody push me around like in a cart, I would. I would have made no effort ever.
No arms, no legs.
No, I want them. I just want to use them only if I need to, like to go reach and get a drink or more food.
Yeah, okay.
But no, I'm not getting on a trampoline. That's the devil's death pad.
Yes. Speaking of,
that's trademark Mike Neal. Devil's Death Pad.
Devil's Death Pad. All right,
that was awesome.
So that best and worst of the week again brought to you by Twine Graphics. We'll move on to our next segment, and we'll kind of stick with the Bryce Harper thing here.
Yep.
This will probably be a quick discussion, but who would you rather start a team with, Bryce Harper or Mike Trout?
Mike Trout.
Why Mike Trout, not Harper?
I think he's a more complete player.
Yeah.
They're both really good players. I think Mike Trout is a more complete player.
He's the 5 tool.
Yeah, it's like who would you rather have? Peyton Manning, Tom Brady in their prime. Let's see, can I have either one of them?
Either one.
It says almost every other team that's ever played football. I mean, so I would say Mike Trout. And I'm not crazy about Bryce Harper. I don't know something about him as a teammate bothers me. I don't know what it is, but something bothers me.
The one thing that I like as a fan, I think I would rather have Harper because he's more fun to follow.
Right.
Because gets ejected, and those are I could sit on YouTube, and I have done this multiple times, sit on YouTube, just watch baseball objections for an hour. That's so much fun. You get real fired up, and then you go to try to pick a fight with somebody. But it's fun to watch baseball objections on YouTube. Do it. It's a good time.
Okay. Did you just tell everybody watching this show, and everybody that will watch this show, thousands of people, that your life has devolved to the point where you will watch on YouTube for at least 1 hour baseball ejections?
I've done that more than once.
Okay. this show's going to turn into an intervention quickly. I'm not going to do it now, but after the show is over, we're talking because you need help.
What's wrong with that?
If you have to ask that question, that is exactly why you need the help. If you're watching baseball ejections for an hour on YouTube.
How about this? Wouldn't you watch hockey fights on YouTube?
Not for an hour. No, I would not. No, I would not. I have a life. I have things to do, people to see, places to go. We've got to talk about this. You're you're a young man. You're still the formative years of your life. What are you going to be doing when you're 50?
Watching people get thrown out of baseball games.
And that's where we're
when Girardi, for the Yankees manager, when he gets thrown out of a Yankees game, that's the first highlight I go look for is just to make sure that he's how great it was, because when they get fired up, they get so fired up. It's so good.
You explaining to me your methodology for looking for the video is not helping it. All I'm telling you is
it's fun, dude. You should do it.
That's a problem.
So Bryce Harper, that's always fun, is when he gets ejected, because he stands up and he really doesn't take any crap. He's just
from his own.
He's just more fun to follow. He's a lot of fun to watch. And then Mike Trout is just, he can do whatever you want him to do. He can do. He's gonna be a generational player.
Yeah.
What I would really like to see is Harper go to the Cubs. His dog's name is Wrigley.
Listen.
His dog's name is Wrigley. He's going to Chicago.
Then I will change, and Bryce Harper then will be my player I would pick if he goes to the Cubs.
If he goes to the Cubs, that would be crazy. And they got all those guys pretty good till 2020.
Yeah.
They just need, I guess, a little bit more starting pitching, a little bit more bullpen, and I think they're fine.
I'm telling you,
one or two guys.
The National League Central race is going to be fantastic.
Yeah,
Milwaukee does not look like they're going to fade completely. St. Louis is doing what they always do. Oh my gosh, those Cardinals! And then the Cubs have turned it on. And I'm telling you what, this is going to be Death Race 2017.
Yeah,
and I can't wait.
Yeah, so that'll be good. And I hope Trout. So I hope Harper goes to the Cubs, and I hope Trout comes to New York.
The thing about
in the pinstripes to earn his pinstripes.
The thing I like about my baseball players is I like my baseball players with high socks, short hair, and not demonstrative.
Trout wears long pants.
I know. I'm just. What I'm saying is, you like Bryce Harper because he's out there, right? He's demonstrative. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I like my baseball players old school. Yeah. I like my hockey players old school.
But
I don't like dreadlocks.
Nobody wants
dreadlocks under a baseball cap. That should be a violation.
It does not. It does not look good.
The long pants
under a helmet, it looks good. Denard Robinson.
Yeah. Okay. In baseball is my point, and it looks terrible. And then with the long pants that go under their spikes, they're walking on top
pajamas.
of them.
They look like pajamas.
I'm telling you, I can't stand that. Baseball and hockey are two old school sports where people need to have short hair and
long hair in hockey.
Not like an 18-foot long beard or dreadlocks or looking like they're living homeless in Vancouver.
Playoff beards are the greatest thing.
I like playoff beards.
When you see Jonathan Taves trying to grow a beard is hilarious, and that's very good. And then you get the Thornton, and you get Burns with these big.
I like the playoff beards. That's a hockey tradition.
Yeah,
but it's the baseball players that in April, their beards down to here, and they got dreadlocks. They're walking on their pants. It looks stupid. You people stop that. You're screwing up the game. It's already slow. And people quit watching. They're gonna watch you looking like you're a pajama boy that can't shave. Grow up. I'm serious. I'm mad about it. I'm angry.
So if I were a GM, I would want Trout because he's not going to cause that much trouble.
Yes.
As a fan,
and people are going to love to play with him.
As a fan, I would probably enjoy Bryce Harper more.
Right. And I would enjoy Mike Trout more because I like those guys in baseball and hockey that just show up and go, hey, I got lucky. It was just lucky. I was just trying to go to the opposite field and the ball just carried. I like the hockey players that go, I just shot it and I kind of got a little lucky. The puck bounced for me.
Yeah.
I like my football players different. I like my football players.
Be specific.
Yeah, I'm about to beat you on this play, and then I do. And then
I a cover two, and then I decided to go vert routes down the middle, and then I hit the tight end between the state. Like, I love that stuff.
Right.
That's where
I'm about to beat you, and I'm going to tell you what I'm about to do, and I do it.
Sweet. So Bryce Harper, Mike Trout. There you go. Tyler Harris gave us that segment, so shout out.
Hey,
T. Harris. Tyler. Here's a funny story about Tyler. He grew up in Michigan, and he groomed guinea pigs at 4-H fairs very well. He won the ribbons. He came in first place. So in college, we just call him GP for guinea pig. Things you do in Michigan at 4-H fairs. What's your take on that, Mike?
You know what? I'm trying to contain myself. I didn't know guinea pig grooming. And let me just say it out loud again, because it just kind of tripped off your tongue like it wasn't a big deal.
Oh, that's just how. That's
guinea pig grooming.
Yeah, that's his title. Guinea pig grooming. He's good. He's good. Nice guinea pig.
How could you not be? You're the only guinea pig groomer in the world.
No, in Michigan, that's what they have.
A great reason for me never to go to Michigan again. If guinea pig grooming is big in Michigan, I'm so glad I'm from the South. Whatever people will make fun of in the South, you eat that crud, or you guys do. Listen, if our big claim to fame in Michigan is, it's a big state for guinea pig grooming.
And he was 9. He was 9 years old when he did it too.
Wow. Most people have to be in their teens to guinea pig groom well. You're a savant of guinea pig grooming, Tyler.
There you go.
Man, I've got to meet you. But please wash your hands before we shake it.
So let's do actually, before we get into our top 5, we're not going to be here next week. I'm going to be out of town. And then the Saturday after next is going to be Mayweather and McGregor.
Yes.
So we got McGregor, a MMA guy, and we got Mayweather, who is one of the best defensive boxers ever. Who do you got in this fight? Do you really expect McGregor to learn how to box in a few months and be able to beat an older Floyd Mayweather?
I think the only reason Mayweather could win is he will run away from McGregor the whole time.
It's a boxing match. It's just boxing.
I know it is.
And wow. All right. That's
okay. Man, let me just say this. I can't stand Floyd Mayweather. I think he is a dirtbag of a human being.
Yeah, he's not that great.
And so it's hard for me to be objective here. Now, I love Conor McGregor. I want to have his illegitimate love child. If I could do that, I would. I would carry his baby. Conor, I love you. Conor, return my calls.
I'm not just doing this because it's hot, but that was
okay. But I love Conor McGregor, and I believe he is an incredible fighter. I think Conor McGregor has a chance to shock the world. The people that think he does not have a chance, I think, are fooling themselves. Floyd Mayweather is an old man now. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, he does not think Conor McGregor is going to be able to touch him. Conor McGregor, I guarantee you, is training like a madman. And I'm just telling you, I think this is the only way Mayweather wins is to run away from McGregor the whole fight.
Yeah.
But there is no way that he is going to knock down or out Conor McGregor. He may decision him.
That's where I see it is not going well for Mayweather. Is he's not gonna. I feel like McGregor's just too fast, and the only thing he's going to do is just defend his way out. Somebody put down, I think it was $600 and change thousand to only win in under $100,000. So bet $600,000 to only win under $100,000 for Mayweather.
That's what the odds are.
Yeah, the odds are you would have to bet $2,225 to win $100 back.
I believe Conor McGregor is the real deal. I think this guy has a
McGregor's odds. If you bet $100, you would win $950.
I'm going to probably bet $100 on Conor McGregor now.
Let's put 50 in together on that.
We'll do that. Okay. I'm telling you, I think he's got a shot. If Mayweather wins, it'll be a decision. And I don't think there's any way Conor McGregor wins on a decision because I don't think they're going to let him win on a decision.
Yeah.
But
somebody was watching this fight. My friend Kelsey was watching him. I guess it was practice yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you talking about, Kelsey? Watched him kill Paulie yesterday. I don't follow this too much. So is that they did like a sparring?
I think there's some video of Conor McGregor sparring, and he is absolutely murdering his sparring partner. Now, you don't know how much of that is just – they put it on video to hide. But it could be you or me up there.
That is – I'm pretty sure any sport, I would be the very worst at any form of fighting. That would be my very worst sport.
I lack
any physical, I'm out.
Yeah. I kind of ball up in a fetal position, like when you come in the house for the show – and then the door's unlocked and I'm not expecting you, I just kind of ball up in fetal position.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid that somebody's
coming in
right.
And ding dong.
So I'm like, the money and Becky are over there. And then I ball up in them. Then I ball up in a fetal position.
This is why Becky took out that life insurance.
Exactly.
So much. Right. So let's go into top 5 to almost wrap up the show here. Top 5 presented by Lead Hounds Marketing. Like I said before, Lead Hounds will do everything for you social media wise. So it'll help you gain views, get followers. They do it all for you. They have a really, really good formula for getting that done for you.
The best.
Use Lead Hounds Marketing. We use them. It's just anytime you need anything done on social media to get your name out there, Lead Hounds Marketing. You can just find them on facebook.com/Lead Hounds Marketing.
Yep.
All right. So top 5. These are the top 5 things that you would want to happen to make your football season perfect.
Yep.
For you.
For me.
You don't have
anything. And then you too.
You don't have anything down, so you got it all up here.
Oh, it's locked in the vault. I think about this stuff all the time.
It's not sweating out yet.
No,
we're doing
sleeping.
A good job.
I sleep and then think about sports.
Yeah, that's all I do. All right. We'll go with your number 5 first. What do you got?
Michigan wins the Big Ten and goes to the college football playoffs. That's number 5 for me. As anybody that knows me knows, I am a Harbaugh fanboy. I love Jim Harbaugh. I love the
enthusiasm unknown.
I love the enthusiasm. I love the abrasiveness. I love the unbridled confidence. I love the swagger.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm all in on Jim Harbaugh.
People think he's I don't know why they think he's overrated. I really he's been at Michigan 2 seasons. It takes a long time to build Rome. It's going to take a little while. He had inherited Brady Hoke's ill-equipped, no quarterback team, got in somebody from Iowa. The guy that couldn't win the starting job at Iowa, brought him in. He's now going to be Matthew Stafford's backup in Detroit.
The idea.
He's 20-6. He's 20-6. He has 1 bad loss in Michigan.
The idea that Jim Harbaugh is overrated makes me have to hydrate.
Yeah.
Because it makes me so upset.
I just have to hydrate because it's 85 degrees in here.
Yeah, 83, but
it's still 83.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're looking at.
So, okay, here the thermostat's not there. I was just looking at it. So, but you didn't know that until he just threw me under the bus. Listen, Stanford was nothing before Jim Harbaugh got there.
Rescued it.
The 49ers were nothing until he got there. And they've done nothing since.
Yep.
Track record means everything. He is a great coach. Is he a strange dude? Yeah. A lot of geniuses are strange people.
All he does is love football.
Yeah.
He literally can't do anything else besides love football.
Right.
God bless him.
And so yes, I love Michigan. I love Jim Harbaugh. Well, I don't love Michigan. I like Michigan. Love Jim Harbaugh. And
he needs a Big Ten championship.
He does. But it won't silence anything. It's always going to be that because it's football and everybody's going to find a reason to not like him or undersell him or whatever. But who cares? If he's there, I like it.
Yeah.
And I want to see him in there, more excitement, more fun.
My number 5, to top 5 things that would happen to make my football season perfect. I'm going to jump out of college real quick.
Right.
I'm going to go into Rookie of the Year, right. NFL, Jabril Peppers. I think Jabril is one-of-a-kind athlete. He's a jack of all trades, played 11 different positions in college. I think he'll nail down the safety position, nickel, and he is just going to kill it. He's going to have excellent punt return game, excellent kick return game. He's already destroying people in practice, doing a really good job so far. That would just be hilarious that all of these Buckeye fans always just crying and always so concerned about Jabril Peppers. He gets drafted to their favorite NFL team and will win Rookie of the Year. It's just the sweet taste of revenge.
That would be a great turn of events in life for you, wouldn't it?
Oh, Twitter I wouldn't get off. Well, I never get off Twitter, but I think I would just always just clown. I would just look for old tweets from a year ago.
Right.
Because I also did that in my free time.
Yeah.
What's your number 4 perfect thing that could happen to your football season?
Number 4 is going to be that the national championship game is once again the best game of the year.
Okay, that's great. Yeah.
I'm always nervous that game, because it comes so late after the season. I mean, it's a week after the bowl games or the day after the bowl game sometimes. So I want that game to be the best game of the year because it's the 2 best teams. I want to be the 2 best teams. I want to be the best game of the year. Last year it was, no question. Yeah. I want to be that way again. So that would be my number 4.
Sweet. My number 4 is pretty similar. I want a good game for Texas A&M, the game that I'm going to.
Right.
So I so my dad and I are trying to go to every SEC football stadium. Before we've already been to every Major League Baseball stadium. So we wanted a new challenge, go to every SEC stadium. And so we've been to Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Alabama, and now we're going to go to Texas A&M.
Awesome.
And I think they are playing South Carolina. And I think both teams could kind of be at the same level at that point. So I would love to see that game go into overtime. I've never been to I don't know why this is so specific, but I've never been to a overtime college football game. So I'd love to see Texas A&M, South Carolina go into overtime. That would just be really awesome to see a college overtime game because I love college overtime.
Would that have been cool last year if you could have seen Texas A&M and Tennessee in that multiple overtime game?
Insane. Yeah.
It wound up being like 7,422 to 9,415.
Yeah.
That would have been fantastic.
I went to Alabama A&M last year, and it was a little close for the first half, and then Alabama takes away because they are an NFL team.
Yes, they are.
What is your number 3?
Number 3, and this one's not even close for the Titans to win a playoff game.
Ooh, that'd be sweet.
The Titans probably going to have to win the AFC South because the AFC South's not that strong. They win the AFC South. And then to go in and there'll be a wild card, or they'll play the wild card round because they'll be the lower ranked team. But to win that first game, it would just, this town loves the Titans. Dominate this town in the conversation. What people don't understand about Nashville, this is a melting pot of college football. You have Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Tennessee, Michigan, Ohio State people here, and then Vanderbilt too, kind of.
Sure.
But the idea is that this isn't just a orange town. Tennessee is the dominant college team, but this is a Titans town, and just like the town went nuts for the Predators, it will go even crazier for the Titans.
I know it's hard to think how this town could go any crazier than what we did for the Predators, but I think if the Titans make the playoffs, it'll be humongous, especially if they play in Nissan Stadium.
Yeah, it would be crazy. And I love Mike Mularkey is such a good person, and
I love Mariota. Did you see that video of Mariota with that kid who has special needs? It was just
I'm telling you,
beautiful.
He's the best.
He's the best.
He's the best person. He's just a great person, and he doesn't make a big display out of it. He's not trying to market himself all the time. He's just everything that you want in a leader, and he's really going to be a really good quarterback too. I think he's going to have now he's got some tools coming to breakout year. So that's my number 3.
Okay, my number 3 is going to be Week 1, I mean, there's the games that are before like week 1. Like there's one in Australia. There's a couple like low level games. Those are going to feel like game of the century,
right?
Just because it's real life college football.
Yeah.
But
what is the first game? Hawaii and UMass now Hawaii's playing UMass on the 26th. Or something.
Okay. I think it's Hawaii, Stanford, and Australia.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, my number 3 would be Bama loses week 1 to Florida State.
That's your number
3.
Okay, Bama loses to Florida State week 1.
So sweet. It would, because Bama, they've actually been it could happen.
I mean, because Florida State's a good team, not because Bama's bad or they'll be down. Anybody that says that, you're just...
Bama has scheduled some very, very good non-conference games because they know that they need to. So they've played Michigan in the past. They have played USC. Who was before USC? I forget. And now they're playing Florida State. So, and they're going to continue. They have a series that they scheduled in 2020 with University of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Florida State. I think if Florida State wins, I would just love to see Bama start off on the wrong foot. Just if that team, it's never going to happen. Like, it's going to be a very, very long time before that team spirals out and like before Ohio State spirals out. But when they do, it's going to be so sweet, Mike. Alabama, wouldn't it be great if Alabama just spirals out this year?
It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen, but man, it would be awesome.
After Nick Saban leaves, then you have a chance. Yeah, not while he's there.
So that'd be my number 3. Bama loses week 1. I don't care what they do the rest of the season, but I know I'm going to watch that game. It's Saturday night. It's going to be the big game on.
Oh,
that's going to be
Mercedes-Benz Dome there in Atlanta.
Chick-fil-A will be open because it won't be a Sunday.
Exactly.
What do you think of that? Chick-fil-A opens up a little stand in the new Falcons' new stadium. Falcons, NFL, Sunday.
Right.
Chick-fil-A, not open.
Right.
Sunday. So
I think the Falcons play a Monday night game.
Falcons do play – they play a Thursday night game. I don't know if they play a Monday night game at home. But then you also have a couple college games and you have concerts and stuff like that. But, man, it's wild. They put a Chick-fil-A in an NFL stadium.
I'm telling you, Chick-fil-A.
Hits the year wrong.
Yeah, but Chick-fil-A know how to make money.
Yep.
They know how to make money.
They know. My goodness. There's never not a whole – there's a loop that goes around the restaurant, and then there's the other loop that goes around the loop, and that's what it is here in Franklin. All the time.
I saw in the business report today that Chick-fil-A their unit averages double what any other fast food restaurant makes in the same unit, $4 million to $2 million per unit. So they know how to make money. So if they put a Chick-fil-A in the Mercedes-Benz Dome, they have got a reason to do that.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right. So that was my number 3. What's your number 2?
My next 2 are going to be centric. They're going to be Mike-centric, and you know where I'm going to go with this. You could pick my number 2 and number 1 without me being here. If I were to fall over dead, you carry on the show, you give my number 2 and number 1, and you're going to be right. Number 2 is Tennessee Beach, Florida.
Yep.
Number 2 is Tennessee Beach, Florida in Gainesville. I don't know what else to say, how much more I have to explain it. That is an important game to Tennessee.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's an important game to me, and it is Florida. And so if they beat Florida 2 years in a row and then win in Gainesville, is my number 2. And I really don't know how much more to say about that. Anybody that knows me knows. And they also know what's coming next, and there will be no surprise there. So what's your number?
My number 2 is Michigan State goes 3-9, like they did last year.
Wow.
That would, because the 3-9 jokes on Twitter are spicy.
Right.
They are very good. Yeah. MSU fans are very sick of it. I don't care because they are hilarious.
Yeah.
Anything that's like, oh, did that happen somewhere between 3 and 9 times? Stuff like that. That's always really good. It pops up on TV every now and again. There'll be like a 3-9 score, and somebody screenshots it and it gets a bunch of favorites and stuff. So if they go 3-9 again, I don't know if Mark Antonio stays around much longer than that. If he loses less than 3 games, or if he wins if he doesn't win more than 3 games, I feel like this might be the end. Michigan State, they just had that little run. They just had that little itty-bitty run, and then after that, they're not.
It was more than an itty-bitty run.
It was like 2000. It was about as soon as Michigan went down, they came up. It was about 2000 to 2016. They had seven seasons of dominance.
You were fan talking there.
Yeah.
That's 16 years, brother.
No, I'm sorry, 2010.
Okay, that's 6 seasons for a team that is always going to be the little brother of Michigan.
Yeah.
So I love Mark D'Antonio. I think he's a great person and a great coach. If they fire him, that will be the stupidest thing they ever did.
It would be dumb.
And he will be out of work for about 42 seconds.
Yeah.
Because people will be firing their coach to get to him.
Yeah.
And I can think of one school that I would suggest do that. I'm not going to say who it is, but I like it a lot.
Your, watch?
It's the color of my watch.
I think that would be great if they did that again, because I still know he's a good coach. But if he would go that again, they'd be like, we'll get rid of him, and that'd be hilarious. They're really struggling. Their offseason was atrocious. Lots of legal stuff going on. They were really having a hard time recruiting. So I don't know how this year is really going to go for them.
The saga of Michigan State is much like the saga of Tennessee. When Ohio State was struggling pre-Urban Meyer, going through all of their troubles that they had. And so in that gap between the early 2000s Ohio State run and Urban Meyer and pre-Harbaugh, the Big Ten was kind of wide open, and they stepped in there and recruited well. And, of course, that team is always well coached.
Yep.
So much like Tennessee was really good when there were two coaches basically in the SEC, which were Phil Fulmer and Steve Spurrier.
Yeah.
But then when the real coaches came into the SEC, Tennessee went downhill. Same thing has happened in Michigan State.
Yep. I agree.
With Harbaugh and with Urban.
All right, so that was my number 2. What's your number 1?
Not even close. And this is not just one of the most important things for me in college football. This is one of the most important things in my entire life, for Tennessee to beat Georgia again. Tennessee, I want them to beat Georgia more. I don't know what else I want more than that. I want this more than anything else I can think of right now. I want Tennessee to beat Georgia once again. I will be at that game, as I will be every Tennessee game this year. And that is, to me, my entire year of happiness hinges on that.
Yeah.
And that's how much I hate Georgia and how much I love Tennessee. And so that is my number 1. It's not even close. And will be, every year until I die, that will be my number 1.
Yeah.
If we're doing this show and you're having to do a live feed from me in a nursing home, I'll go,
yeah,
because I'll still hate them when I'm 100.
I won't let you go into a home. I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
Thank you.
My number 1. So perfect. We're going to go with perfect.
Yes.
Michigan goes 15-0. That would be perfect. I mean, if we're going to use the word perfect, that's
okay.
Perfect.
All right. So
that means, that means everything.
Now, of course, So, but the title is things that would happen to make this college football season perfect for you. All right. So that would be them going 15-0 and make it perfect.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
I mean, what if they win the college football national championship and they go 13-2?
It's still
right.
That would be perfect. Okay, I get what you're saying.
But for them to win the whole thing,
they could lose at Penn State or at Wisconsin and still beat Ohio State, win Big Ten, go win a playoff, and then win the national championship. Yeah, I'd be pretty perfect with that.
And that's the difference in where you're at and where I'm at. Mine is to beat Florida, a super average team, and to beat Georgia, an underachieving team. That makes my year. You need to win the national championship. So that shows you where your program is and where my program is right now.
And I don't even think, this isn't even Michigan's year. This is 2018's Michigan's year.
Oh, no. When the kid quarterback becomes the quarterback, that's when it's going to be your year.
Yeah.
What's your quarterback's name?
Brandon Peters. Or Dylan McCaffrey.
Right, but this year.
Wilton Speight.
Again. I love a quarterback like Wilton Speight.
The thing that makes me really, really happy is when Harbaugh has a quarterback 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
If you look at Luck, when he had Luck year 1 and then Luck year 2.
Yep.
Unbelievable. You look at Kaepernick year 1, Kaepernick year 2.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
And I think if we had Rudock, if he wasn't a fifth-year senior, Rudock would have been by far the best Big Ten quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And he almost was the best Big Ten quarterback when he did play. Now, again, like I said, killing it in the NFL, and he should be at least his backup, and then he should find a starting job. 15-0, that would be perfect. Obviously, beating Ohio State, they need to beat Ohio State. Because the last time
really need to beat Ohio State.
Because the last time they did it, it was 2011, and it was with Luke Fickell's Ohio State team. And Michigan won by 6 points in Michigan Stadium. Now
Luke Fickell.
Now they will be playing Luke Fickell versus Cincinnati week 2, and I'll be at that game. They won in 2011, and then they won in 2003. Those are the last 2 times. So 5th grade.
That is.
And freshman in college. So I think they can do it.
That's almost like a Tennessee, Florida kind of run.
They can do it. Yeah, it is. And yeah, that would be perfect. I think just beating Ohio State, that would make the season pretty perfect for me.
Oh yeah, because it's Ohio State and it's Urban Meyer. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of things that will make that.
All right. Well, so that's our top 5 list. Thank you very much for putting that together, Mike. And then what we're going to do now for the last 5 minutes, we're going to do we'll do like tailgate every year for the Michigan game. Just thinking about tailgate food and what I'm looking forward to. We want you guys to let us know what's your favorite tailgate food. So put it in the comments there.
Great topic.
What is your favorite tailgate food? Because this year it's a noon game, so before we'll have some breakfast, and then after the game we'll be able to tailgate after because it is a noon game. We'll have some hours of sunlight to kind of chill out and tailgate after. So want to have some extra ideas for what we should do. So let us know, what is your favorite tailgate food?
Type it in right now.
Let us know. Type it in, hit comment, let us know. Mike, what's your favorite tailgate food?
No question that it is Brunswick stew.
Tell me what that is.
Again, so this will be a topic for maybe our next show, differences between the North and the South when it comes to football. Brunswick stew is smoked pork and smoked chicken ground up very finely. I make it from scratch, by the way, and I'm going to be serving it Labor Day weekend on Saturday. I'm doing an open house, and we're sending some invitations out. You'll get one. It's just to come by, watch football, and Brunswick stew. Corn, stewed tomatoes, some diced onion in there. It's a stew, and it is. If it's done well, it's not red because that's too many stewed tomatoes. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of a thick stew, really sticks to your ribs, spicy, man. Put a little hot sauce in it, give some kick to it. Brunswick stew is my favorite tailgate food ever.
That's good. That
hard to make.
I'm looking forward to eating some of that. I wasn't really looking forward to watching football.
It'll take me about 12 hours to make it. That's how long.
That's let's see. Brian Adams, who's getting that t-shirt. Wife's sausage rotel dip and wings. Of course. Rotel dip, I got a buddy I work with. When we have dip-off competitions at work because we're health professionals and we know how to eat very unhealthy. And he makes this like spicy breakfast sausage in like cheesy rotel dip. And so good. But my favorite tailgate food, really like walking tacos.
Right.
Get a nice little bag of Fritos. Yeah. Get some beef in there, some cheese, a little ranch. Stir it all up. Run through about 3 of those.
Never heard of that. Say that again.
It's a Fritos bag or Doritos bag.
Right.
Crunch up the chips. Put in a heaping thing of some ground beef.
Right.
Get some lettuce, some sour cream, some salsa. Mix it all up. Some cheese on top. And then it's just melty and it's perfect. You just hold on to it, especially when it's cold. Especially when it's cold and it's got something to heat up your hands.
I can't believe I've lived 57 years and didn't know about this.
That's the Midwest thing. Walking tacos. Very, very popular.
What the what?
Yeah, walking tacos.
You know what? I'm going to quit making fun of the Midwest. I'm going to quit making fun of Yankees.
We know how to eat. Midwest knows how to put down some delicious
I know. Food. There's fat
Have
people
you ever
in
seen
Michigan.
Some Iowa? The kids in Iowa?
Yeah.
Huge. And they just eat corn all day. That's all they do is eat corn.
The walking taco, I am sold down. What did Brian have? Sausage?
Brian said his wife's sausage rotel dip. So it's probably pretty close to what my buddy
sounds really good to me. Hey, let me give you a tip. Here's something to do. Those of you that deep fry turkeys at Thanksgiving, take some Italian sausage, and after you deep fried your turkey, so you can do this at a tailgate too, because people do deep fryers.
Yep.
Drop some Italian sausage in there, 400 degrees. Takes about 10 minutes. It'll come to the top. And I'm telling you, deep fried Italian sausage, it will change your understanding of what is possible by human hands. It's incredible. So try that, those of you that are deep fryers.
I've never done the homemade deep fry.
Oh yeah.
Gotta do it.
Yeah. Dangerous. You gotta know what you're doing or ruin your weekend because you've burst into flames.
Yeah, that's how kitchen fires start.
Yep.
Is people just dropping that frozen turkey right into that nice hot oil.
Yeah.
My buddy at work, Paul, he's from Wales, still has a thick accent.
Awesome.
He's been in the States for like 20-some years.
Yep.
Still sometimes have, what'd you say? What?
Right. If he says blood pudding, I'm just going to lose it.
Yeah, I can't even do it. He asked, why are you wearing a clown shirt? He's a big Man U fan.
Oh, you know what? Hey, Man U, guess what? You suck.
He almost said it's as bad as when I wear that Tottenham Spurs shirt.
Yeah. I love the fact that Man U spends all those money on players and they still don't win. Nice run there with the leftover Chelsea coach, the insane Mourinho. Yeah. Good luck. And
then, Blake Williams said, nice Chelsea jersey.
Yeah, I know. It is.
Getting a lot of like on that.
I'm telling you, because it looks good on me and because it's Chelsea.
Sweet. It's a good jersey. I like it.
Oh, it is. This is the official one. It's with the athletic cut. The kid told me this was the athletic cut. Said it would make me look more thin. So I told the kid, I said, I was at the Chelsea store there in London. And outside the stadium, I said, kid, you're going to make a lot of money. He said, what do you mean? I said, if you can sell a fat man that an athletic cut's going to make it look more athletic, you're going to make a lot of money.
Grew up always avoiding the athletic cut. Whenever I saw athletic cut, just move on to the next.
I bought it. And I do. I feel like I look just sexy.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just looking at me in the Facebook Live picture right now.
We got no show next week. I'll be on vacation.
Yes, he's on vacation.
In enemy territory in Ohio. And then I will be here. We'll be here next week, the week after that.
The week after that, and it's the week before college football starts. So
that's right.
We are going to do a show that is 100% on college football.
Yeah.
We will not mention anything other than college football for a solid hour. And we're going to work our way to be frothing, insane maniacs by the time that hour is over, ready to go play, not just watch.
There you go.
So don't miss Baby the Boomer episode 6. It will be epic.
Yeah, that'll be really good. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. If you want to find the show, go to our Facebook page, and you can find it on YouTube. And then we'll also post a link to the iTunes, and then you can find us on iTunes. Just type in Baby the Boomer. We'll be right there.
Yeah, love you like a fat kid loves cake.
There you go. See you guys.